Hey, tonight I am continuing to play around with making a map in Tabletop Simulator. I'm making this map for our Mordheim League that we got going on. I don't have a lot of time to actually play a game, but fooling around and making a map is a thing. Hey, Ethan Hans. Good to see you again. So you can see I've added a bit to the map. And it's starting to look a little more chaotic, a little less blocked out. I definitely set a challenge for myself with this super blocked out kind of baseline of the map. Nice progress. Thanks. I definitely said it made it hard to give it a good feel with this very rigid sort of straight grid structure. And I actually regret doing that. I was kind of fooling around. I wanted to see how it would work with the grid snapping and all that. But I do regret it. I wish if I had it to do over again, I would make everything diagonal. Diagonal orientated maps are one of the things in any kind of map to make it feel like it continues on past the edges of the map, makes it feel bigger, and also makes it more interesting. Changing that now would be so much work that I'm kind of like, I'm not going to do it. It would break everything that I have on here, probably. Because everything would, like, have to rotate. So I'd basically have to start over from scratch, and I don't want to. So I'm just going to keep that in mind. This was an experiment. I would say that experiment didn't work out super well. Because I'm only going to be able to mitigate the grid structure so much. And I think it is interesting tactically. I mean, you have these long firing lanes down here, and then many buildings. The brief for this map is how you block some streets to make it asymmetrical. So my thinking on that, Ethan Hans, is that it's not tactically interesting for something to be blocked, right? Making it costly by adding rubble, I am going to do. So that's what I'm doing in these buildings right now. So rubble in the rule set of the game of Mordheim, the game we're playing. Right now I'm trying to make this ruin look a little cooler. Rubble. Yeah, so the black smoke doesn't look that good on the black background, so I'm actually going to stick with the... Wait, maybe I can change the color, let's see. Doesn't look like it. I doubt I can change the color of the smoke with this. Let's try it. No. It's still black. Right? So this little gray smoke was there. So part of the brief here is to have lots of explorable buildings, and since it's a war game, you want to have buildings that are clearly like this is a single building, that next thing is a single building. I can show you in my map again where there's lots of ruins, right? The dense ruins map. I called it Ravaged Ruins, right? I didn't really set it up so that there's these clearly delineated buildings that we can all agree on. Can you cut down the music a bit? Okay, sure. Actually, I can just cut it down. you guys and make me loud. Is that better, Ethan Hans? I don't like to listen to myself too much. That fire is crazy. I gotta use that on something. Let's just see how this would look. I'm not gonna do this, probably. It's pretty cool. There is enough craziness going on with this central bit that I don't think I need that. Do you think the green light's too much? I don't remember what I was talking about, so I'm just talking about something else. Right, I was gonna add more of those. I don't really like the way this thing looks, but it's like less work that I have to do. So I'm kind of trying to make it nicer by adding in these little bits. Where did that even go? There? It's a weird spot for smoke to be coming out of. Much thanks. But you're rolling mostly melee, isn't that a problem? Well, yeah, but I'm not designing... my autocorrect is killing it. Yeah. Yeah, but my good eye, they are a melee warband. The human mercenaries can be built either as in a bunch of different ways. Either as like the best way is probably the ranged warband, but I wanted to do a melee one. And yeah, they're actually quite likely the most terrifying in melee in the league. Even like some warbands that started stronger, these guys are 7-game veterans at this point, so they've gotten really, really strong, even though they haven't won much. But yeah, I'm not designing maps that I win. I'm designing maps that I think are cool. Alright, so I'm pretty much decided on this. So, is it going to let me select this thing? Hey, Ethan Hans, I don't know if you're a German speaker, but I kind of want to add some Germanic, like fantasy, like cool sounding fantasy family names, like fantasy German, to these buildings, and kind of, so when you mouse over, it'll say like, I don't know, Bergman House. That's not a particularly cool sounding name, but you know, something like that. Come on, let me select the damn thing. You are German. Well, if you've got any suggestions, I want to give these like some family names. So it'll be like, you know, this just destroyed ruin that's on fire, and it'll be like bleh. Although I was thinking of naming one of these burned out buildings for the family in a story that I like whose house burns down. What the hell? Why can't I? It's just not letting me select it with this. It'll let me select it with this. Or, oh, it's because I locked it. Shouldn't have locked it. You know what? It's fine. There's a little white thing there. Who cares? We'll do something about that later. Maybe I'll add some wood to this structure, because it looks like black stone. Ah, man, I'm really trying to put lipstick on a pig here, and just like, I don't think this is very nice. There's not really much texture to it, but I like the design of it, and I like that I don't have to do anything to like it's just gonna work. You want some old names? Sure. I mean, this is Warhammer, right? So it's like, I don't know, fantasy German. What have I copied here? One of these. It's like a pile of ash, so I think it's appropriate here. That looks nice. This structure's getting kind of cool. It's working. Alright, so where do we want the rubble? So if we put the rubble here... How tall is this thing? Well, there's kind of a step, so you'll be able to climb it. If I put the rubble here... oh, in the rule set, rubble... Max, do you even know her? I'll Warham her. So first are family names. Family names. So it's going to be like, you know, the Bergman house or whatever. I don't have any funny... actually, ideally, it would be some kind of reference. Like some kind of, I don't know. This is cool. This is working for me. Now, I don't want to put the rubble... So you want to enter this structure from here, right? Potentially. Because you're going to come up the stairs, and then you're going to cross in this way. So if there's just rubble right there, then it's just a tax, right? It's not a choice. It just means in order to enter this building, you must be slowed down by the rubble. Rubble doubles the movement cost. So I want to put... I want to put it somewhere... Okay, well, I'll put some over here because it just looks cool. It's going to help even this out. Alright, that works. So I'm going to lock it. And then I'm going to make it look... it's hard to make it touch the wall. Or look like it's coming out of the wall or part of the wall without... So I have to lock it and then kind of just scoosh it in here. Oh, I can't even select that thing now? Super weird. Oh, I guess it works. How about Shriner? Does that mean like stonemason? Sure. I guess ideally, like, if there was like a funny joke that even an English speaker might understand, that would be super cool. So you mouse over that and it says Shriner House, and it's like this burned out ruin, right? And then it gives it a sense. It's going to give the map a sense of history. All right, so we have some rubble here. No one. The only reason you would ever stand here is if you needed cover from somebody coming in the corner. That's very rarely going to happen. So this rubble is not very important. It's not really a choice. Now, if we add some more rubble, we may get something interesting going on. So, oh, I did have that issue, so I could kind of like cover that up. I don't know. Let's say rubble ash rubble. I'm thinking it's like thick ash that actually slows you down. What would I call that? Ash rubble? Thick ash? I guess ash rubble. Jaeger Gunther Hardenberg. What does rubble do? Rubble doubles the movement cost. So if a guy has, so for example, Hans down. So the joke of the warband, right, is they're all named Hans. So he's Hans down because it's kind of a pun in English. So Hans down, right? He has M4, movement 4. I'm pointing at the screen as if you could see where I'm pointing. He has M4, right? Movement 4. So it means he moves 4 inches. But if he crosses rubble, the rubble doubles the movement cost. So for every inch, you know, he moves across. So to cross this rubble at that point, right, is 2 inches. That would cost him his full 4-inch movement. So for him to move from here to here would cost his whole move. Whereas, you know, normally he can move twice as far. So that's what rubble does. So I'm going to put a lot of rubble in the streets. And maybe some other junk. To, like... Hopefully, the idea being that it won't block movement. Some rubble here. It's sort of another spot that probably no one's gonna go, but... That's okay. It kind of visually makes sense with the other rubble. Oh, I think I have it upside down. Alright. Because... I have that rubble, that ash rubble smoking. It does look a little weird because it's not... Alright, let's I'm not sure there's going to be too many interesting choices to make with the rubble on this structure, but by gosh, I'm going to give it a shot. So I'm putting some, that didn't work at all. I wanted. Now I'm going to have to rotate the darn thing. Ugh, this isn't working. Okay, let's unlock it, let it pull it out of there. Alright, I'm going to stick it up here. Is it flat? No, it's not flat. Okay, we're going to have to try that again. Lock it. I just... This black ruin, like, I really want to use it, but it doesn't actually look good. So I'm trying to, like, pretty it up some. It's working. It's just... a lot of work. That should do it. It looks okay. Except for the tearing texture on it. It looks fine. Oh, and I want to rename it to Ash Rubble too, don't I? Okay. Now, a lot of work to make this thing look pretty. Okay, wait, no, this one I'm gonna flip. This one I'm gonna flip. It's pretty much the same, doesn't it? Alright, I'm gonna look at chat again in a second. I'm just trying to concentrate on this. Ooh, yeah. That looks nice. That looks nice. Okay. What does Revel do? Haydenburg is one of the oldest royal Germanistic families. Oh, cool. Hardenberg. We are naming the ruined buildings in the slums here after. So how about this one? What is it? Hardenberg House. It's gonna help add to the sense of history in the map. So now when you mouse over, it'll pop up, right? Pretty cool. And I was going to rename all of these things to Ash Rubble to help sell that concept. So I did try out Falling Snow earlier, but to me it didn't feel right without having a bunch of snow on the ground. And I was like, it could be ash, right? We could have all this ash rubble around. Whoa, something is freaking out there. What was that? Oh, it's because I'm mousing over that stupid thing. Guess what? I'm going to lock you. Ding! No, that won't happen. Kramer is also an old name. Believe it or not, Kramer is too associated with a particular character in American pop culture. In a particular TV show. And not a particularly good reference for this map. Okay. But thank you for the suggestions, Ethan Hans. It is greatly appreciated. Alright, so this house now has a lot of interesting things going on, right? It's got, you can get up here, you can be a little bit higher. Oh, we gotta fix that. You can be behind cover. Right, you can stand, ooh, not much cover. I'm over here, do you have cover? Well, maybe if you stand over there. I could stretch it up a bit. If I stretch it up a bit, I'm going to make the base even thicker. I should have sunk the base down. I should have sunk the base down a bit more. It's too late now. Because if I move the base, if I move the black part down, the parts that I've locked, the ash rubble that I've locked, will stay in place and we will be floating. Strong wind would make a good feel for destroyed stone, like stormy rain. I could add rain. I did rain. The only reason I wouldn't do rain is because I did rain in my first map that I made. And I was like, I don't want to repeat myself, but you know what? If it works, it works. I'll pull out the snow bag so we can test it again, but that was my initial feel. Here's the rain bag. No, it already started raining. Is it also snowing or just raining? So we can hide the white square later. So that's what it looks like with rain. So here's my question. I put this green light up here. I also have a sort of a subtle green mist that I added in down here, right? So the mist is actually green on its own. And I put this green light up here. I was like, is that interesting? Like there's like a green moon or something. What do you guys think? Is it too much? I'm really not sure about this light. If we take it away, that's how it looks. And Weirdstone glows green, so the game is all about collecting Weirdstone. I think it's too much. I think it's too much. I really do. It's better without it. It's better without it. Let me have this green mist here that's like subtle and isn't so overwhelmed by that bright green spotlight at the top. I think it's better like this. Alright, we're still working on Shriner House. So we have some interesting things going on, right? One of our design principles, one of the needs for the map is that it is a clearly defined house, right? Like, you know, you move up here and you're like, I am in the house and I can now explore it. Perfect. Excellent. What else? We have some choices, some, like, right, there's a reason to go up here. You can hide behind cover. Okay, good. And then multiple levels of verticality. So we have really only one level of verticality. We have down here, we have up here. And then once you're in the house, I mean, I guess theoretically you could climb up there, but it's not, unless we put a ladder. It's not very easy. So And the other thing I want to do is I want to do something about this awful, like, hole in reality. So let's fix the hole in reality. And add some verticality, all in one blow. By adding some platforms, some stuff to stand on. So I feel like I want to add a block there. And we'll add a block of this ugly, this butt ugly stone that I was actually trying to cover up. Solely because it matches, right? It's going to look more believable this way. So now I will lock it and move it and move it down so it matches up. Oh, that's an interesting thought. If we put some rubble there, we'll figure that out. And we'll stretch it. Well, we're going to have to stretch it all the way or it's going to be... It makes no sense. I feel like that didn't solve any problems. It looks dumb. Alright. Let's... Did I? Yeah. Let's try something else. That sucked. How about some wood? I talked about adding wood. Do I have a backstory for the map? The backstory for the map is that it is the old slums of the city of Mordheim. And now it's been destroyed by the falling meteor. And shards of weirdstone have smashed the buildings, and it's been looted and built over several times. Kind of prime pickings. But lots of buildings to explore, lots of stuff. That's really the only backstory. But, you know, it was the slums, so poor people, or not well-to-do people lived here. So the buildings aren't going to be super large and fancy, right? I don't know about the rain, actually. Almost feels like too much. I've got much mist happening and smoke. I'm not sure if we need the rain. Oh, look, snow is falling because I put the snow bag over there. Let's stick that over there too. Actually, let's put them both away. I don't know, hang on. There's so much special effects going on with the mist and everything else. I almost feel like the rain is also too much. The square needs to be burnt as well. The foundation looks too new. You're talking about this part, Ethan Hans? I agree. I agree. I do have something I can do about that, actually. Boom. Boy, that spawned in a weird place, but alright, fine. So let's shrink that bitch down. I mean, there's only so much I'm going to be able to do. Like, I'm not an artist. I'm not going to, you know, go in there and paint it. Is that the right size? Not quite. Boop. How about now? Please just... Oh, it's too big now. Well, if it's slightly too small, I guess I might not care. We'll try it. We'll try it. Is it lying flat? Okay. Wait, is it snapping? No. I don't want it to snap. Alright. We're gonna give that a shot and see how that looks. Under the Shriner house. Huh. Except I do care about how big it is because I need it to touch this edge. Fine. Now we'll sink it down. Whoa. That thing's not locked over there. Boop. Black on black with gray. Oh, God. How am I ever gonna select this thing? That's like, should have not let this happen. It's not locked. You know what? I can lock it later. It's fine. Does that look better? I think I agree. I think I agree. I do agree. It does look better. Okay. Now what else was I doing? I'm gonna add some wood on there. I'm gonna add some wood. So small pieces. Here's a wood pole. Ugh, right, I forgot about that. Is there any way to freaking... That's so freaking annoying. Yeah, let's try that again. Well, actually, it's fine. Okay, so the secret thing about these wooden poles that I grabbed from somebody else's map is that there actually is a nice wooden texture that they just squished down. I guess the sides don't look good, but you know. That's still too big. We want to squish that down some more. It's not a whole tree trunk. And then we'll make it tall. That's alright. And we're gonna stick that in there. Actually, maybe we'll just stick it right there. That kind of solves the problem all by itself. Right? You can no longer see that big rip in the texture. We'll squoosh it in a little bit more. So it's just like built in as part of it. There you go. That actually looks alright. Okay. So far, so good. We still have tears over here. So actually, maybe we'll just do the same damn thing. Right at the corner there. And it'll be believable with all the smoke and the ash, right? We should make it different size. So how about taller? And hidden. So those other really bad tears are now pretty well hidden. Looks a little weird with the... So we'll pop that out. Still looks weird. There. There. That's not so bad now. There's still some tears in the top, but those are pretty minor. They don't line up in a straight line, but that's okay. That's okay. Alright, so that's actually starting to look okay now. Alright. Way better. Furniture, chairs, and tables. Try the pole lean against the wall, the small one. Did I, Oh yeah. I have some rubble I can use too. Look. Wood rubble. Earlier it's supposed to lie flat, but earlier I got it to lean up against the... Stood it on its side so that I could use it. Just like so. We'll figure out exactly where it goes later. I can use it as either rubble or just some visual prettiness. But right now we have something else. Alright, so we've got this looking okay now. This building doesn't look so terrible, just like plain black anymore. That's an improvement. But we're not done. So one of my design principles is 3 levels of verticality. Hey, Ben Dogs, how you doing, my friend? I do have some furniture. Sure, I'll grab one, why not? Ta-da! It's just like an armchair. Right there. Somehow it survived. It looks beautifully out of place. Good to catch the stream. Have you found streamless pressure because it's your own thing? Hell yeah, Ben Dogs. Thank you so much for coming by, man. I really appreciate it. Alright, so we need to add another level here. Another level of verticality. Which actually could be a pile of furniture? I'm actually pretty well convinced myself not to do snow or rain on this map. Just because there's so much smoke and everything else that I'm doing, I just don't need it. Not every map is going to have precipitation, I guess. Well, my last map didn't have precipitation either. It also had a lot of fog. Come to think of it. I don't know. I'm sort of torn on the rain. All right, this building's starting to look really cool. Max, isn't the one side way too open? Yes. So, if you come in, well, the only reason it's, well, okay, this side is kind of open, but the only reason this side being open isn't a huge problem is because what's over here, man? What's over here? The edge of the map. So, yes, it could suck if you, like, in a certain scenario, right, like surprise attack scenario where you end up setting up here and then they come in here and immediately kill you. But for the most part, you're not going to care that much that this side is open. And again, it's also important. It makes the map feel better if you don't do stuff like I did here. Where if you are looking at the map and you see I've put these walls that face the edge, not only are they completely meaningless, but they also make you feel like they're less inviting. Remember how I talked about like retail stores, right? You always want to organize the shelves so they don't wall the customer off, but they feel like they're lengthwise to the door so that you feel welcomed in. Same thing with map design. Same thing with map design. You want to make them feel welcomed in. Actually, I screwed up with this building too, but it's too much trouble to fix it. Because I put the open corner toward the center. And I should have put it, if I'd had it to do over again, I would put the open corner toward this side so that when I'm looking at the map, it feels like, ah yes, I'm invited into this ruined house. Right? This side is much more inviting. You don't think about it, but it's totally true. So I'm okay with this side being open. I definitely want to put some kind of platform up, though. I definitely want to put some kind of platform up. We could get another wooden pole like this and stick it here. And I can copy it so it'll be the exact same size. And then put like some kind of second floor remainder up there. And then you could climb up to that. It's not terrible. It doesn't really use the natural shape of the building at all. The building is kind of short, actually. Like, if I were to put something on top, like a floor remnant up here, yeah, that's only 2.3 inches. Like, some models are... Most of them are a little over an inch, but they're kind of low. So maybe it's fine. It doesn't really use the natural shape of the building, though. It's okay. I don't know. I thought of it and I don't have any better ideas. And it'll address the thing Ethan Hans pointed out, because it'll make some cover on this side. But it won't feel blocking because the orientation will be lengthwise to this side, and it's just pretty. It's pretty open from this side. So it will feel welcoming into the map as well. Alright. Actually, do we want to make this even taller? How tall is this thing? How do I even measure it? I guess I measure the one I just copied. Right, it doesn't have collision right now. Whatever, it's about 3 inches tall. I am not going to worry anymore about exact height sizes. Alright, so we're going to say... Here, no, here's another corner. Oh wait, I want it to line up with that one. So here's another corner pole, right? And that looks good. So hopefully this doesn't screw that up. And we're gonna add a bit of wall here. We're gonna add just a touch of wall there, so that there is a bit of cover if you want it. And you'll have cover from in this direction. So this is going to be a nice little building to go to. So here we go. Let's grab... I'm not going to get too fancy here. I'm just going to grab the thing I use most often, actually. Stretch it. Come on. Okay, let's make it really stretched and then we'll stretch it back. I think that's kind of neat. Half of the roof broke down and acts now like a ramp. Totally. Let's do exactly that. This is a layer of verticality. Try a new elevation max. What's the joke there? Can you explain the joke to me? Did not make the poles line up right. Ah! It's fine. Let's just lock it. I don't want it to be there. I want it to let me see the edge of the building. Right, it kind of shows that these poles aren't lined up, so that's the problem with moving away from snapping. But we'll just scooch it in so you won't really notice that much. Alright. So now you can get up here and you can see over there, you can see over there. We're going to need some kind of cover up there too. Maybe we'll put this up here. I kind of love that. Here we go. Just some more stuff. That's not really all that interesting, though. I think all the wood here has to be pretty darkly colored to suggest that it may have been burned. Blah. Well, that didn't work. Alright. What? Why is it... on Earth? What is happening with this thing right now? Is it because it's... Okay, I'm just... Go away. Alright, that didn't work at all. Let's grab a regular one. We could use a ladder instead, I suppose. Like someone came along later and added the ladder in. I think that works too. And I guess I just put that right in the middle? I have a better idea. Maybe here so that it doesn't interfere with the objects up there. In terms of where the models can be placed in base size. So how much movement is it to get up there? 3.2. Everyone will probably round it to 1, round it to a whole 3. Yeah. I hope they do. Alright. That's okay. It's not my favorite second floor I've ever made. Oh. I almost saw that thing. Found ya. Friggin' lock it so it stops freaking out on us. Ooh, look what the smoke is doing there. That's neat. Okay. Alright, the Shriner house is pretty good. So you can come up here. You run up this way. You can, if you're not an animal, you climb the ladder. I'm pretty well happy with that. Somehow that looks better here. So I want to put something else up there. Maybe a crate. I haven't done crates yet. I should pull them out. We're gonna get it. I just, every map just needs a million crates and barrels. Ooh, that one looks kind of burned. And that chest looks kind of burned too. So we're gonna use that. This crates pile is eternally disappointing, but because it doesn't have it doesn't have collision. Like they've solved the problem by getting rid of it. Alright. So why don't we put a damaged crate up here. For cover in this direction. And where'd that burned barrel? Oh, I should have copied it. There. And then the burned barrel type of thing. We'll put one of those over, let's see, you. That crate is kind of dual purpose, actually. Because you can, I guess we do it there. It's a little awkward looking. Kind of balances out visually. Oh, right. There's an awful lot of stuff up there. Yeah, we're gonna use this not as rubble, but as to address what each of them Ethan Hans pointed out. We're gonna make it into a bit of, isn't that wide side way too open, he said, or they said. I don't know if you're, I think you mentioned your name the other night, but anyway, yeah, Bjorn, that's right. So, there you have it. The side's not too open anymore. Just a bit of stuff to kind of balance that out. There you go. I think it looks alright. And that actually provides a nice corner counterpoint to this area. I suppose no one's really going to use this armchair, but I don't care. I think it looks weird and not nice. It's just an armchair just in the burned house there. Alright, the Shriner house is done. I'm pretty happy with it. It's got a little verticality to it. Not a whole bunch. Now, we could add a bridge over here to the burned brick ruin that we need a name for. Rotate the box bay 45. This box? Why? I want you to be able to stand. I want you to be able to stand here to get cover from that direction, or here to get cover from this direction. If you have one guy up there, like, shooting, right? can do that. We can do that. And then there's a bonus barrel in case you have two guys up here. If I rotate the barrel, it won't, if I rotate the box, it won't be able to do that anymore. That's why I was fiddling with it so much. I think if I add more stuff to this building, it's just going to start to look busy. The question is, do we add a bridge over this way? I think we do, actually. I'm not going to add a bridge between every place on this map, because I did that on a different map. On my first map, I had lots and lots of vertical stuff, lots of bridges. But I'm going to try and do that a little bit less this time. But some judicious, you know, bridges. I think we'll add some. I'm pretty tempted to put one there, though. Partially because it is kind of cramped up here. Should we add even more smoke? Let's see how it would look. We could add one right at the base of this pole, too. It's almost too much. How about orange light in the house for the feel of glowing from the burn? That's a thought. Will it work if I bury that thing? Well, probably not. Because the fire will be still visible. The only glows that I have are this one, which is nice. But they're all very, very bright. Like the green light you had on the statue. I could. Let's try it. Let's see how it looks. We're just kind of spending a lot of time on this, but I don't care. Red light. Fire. Is that the fire? Yeah, that's the fire. I guess probably red light. That's what we want. Oh my god. See how bright it is? It's just too bright. It's just like the green light, right? It's just so freaking bright. Oh my gosh, it's actually washing out the why is it doing that? I don't know, but let's see if we can lessen it by doing. And look, it's even see this. These lights shine through objects, right? So bright. Oh my god. Wow. It's so bright. Yeah, if it would just stay in here, it would be fine. Like that fire, right? But it's what I've got is so freaking bright, it's just too intense. Way too intense. Oh, that's inches. Hang on. What? Oh, there it is. Huh. Okay. And where would we center it? Here? Oh my god, wow, it has some weird collision. So if we put it... Do I want it bigger or smaller? There we go. What is that thing? What on earth? Okay, I'm just gonna hold it. What do you think? We bury it under the ash. You think it's neat? I can also put it in the middle. Now it's gonna be pretty noticeable that it's in the middle. Put it over here. Or even over there. I like putting it in the darkest little spot there. Sure, why not? The ashes glow looks cool. Oh, you're right, it does. Like embers. And it's alright that it comes through the wall. Oh, it really shows that up, doesn't it? It really shows the tears. Looks great from this side. And this side, it kind of shows those tears. We forget about that for a minute. That's pretty cool. Not as cool from this side, but still cool enough. Let's keep it. Good idea, Ethan Hans. We're really piling it in here, but we should probably sink this over here, actually. Let's do too much.
Take 10 steps back till you get to where you're going. Just research where you're going. A t-shirt where it's snowing. A preacher not quite.
Pretty sweet.
What he's saying. What he's saying. I don't wanna be around when you lose control. I don't wanna be around when you lose control. I don't wanna be around when you lose control. When you lose control, it's so hard to hold. All this weight up on my shoulders. I hate to say
A lot of smoke coming out of there. That's a pretty cool building now. Do you get damaged by inhaling smoke? Too real. So it is a game, remember? Alright. That's pretty great. Alright. So we found out how to adjust the glows. Now that's good info. Could do it to the statue, but I kind of like the statue as it is. Alright. Okay, what are we naming this house? Green suggests a nature Grimdark, and Mr. Grimdark is Gojira. No. Jaeger. The Jaeger house. Oh, it's a pain in the butt to put the 2 dots over the A. So, I'm gonna say it's the Gunther house instead. Although, isn't Gunther a first name? I don't know. Maybe it's both. That one is wild. There's so much going on. But we had to pretty it up because that basic black... oh, you can still see this. The basic black stuff with the tears, it just didn't look good. I really have been wanting to use it. Oh no, now you can see on both sides. Ah! Okay. And let's see on the other side anymore. Okay. That looks a little weird. Guess we're just gonna have to swallow up the stone or something. It's a bit thick. But, you know, I guess I can make it thinner the other direction. That's okay. The red glow between the feet of the statue. The statue has like really freaking weird collision. It's basically a giant block. So I don't know if it's going to do the light properly on that thing. Although it does have this little shadow going on, so maybe it will. Nah. You know, the shadow... the statue looks good as it is, man. And it's already kind of like super fancy and a lot going on. So I'm inclined to leave it for the moment. Alright. I've got this Gunther house. And I like the Gunther house. Right? We've got lots of places to go. You've got, you know, this choice to make because the most direct route across the Gunther house is right through the rubble. So you can go around the rubble if you want. Although, who knows if that's going to be faster. So that's automatically interesting. It might not be that, you know, tactically complicated, but that's okay. Then we have, you know, these interesting good cover to use, right? If I grab one of my dudes, Hans up. Stand him at a window, right? There he's got cover from anybody down here. And if you're standing up here behind this barrel or crate, oops. Okay. Sure, let's lock those things down there. I don't know. There they are. If you're standing up here, then he doesn't have cover to you. Unless he goes and stands there. Or there. So, those windows are cool. Let's add some more verticality to it. In this one, the verticality should be somewhat easier. I think we're going to start with this. That's gonna go in the corner there. Just gonna eyeball it. So, should we make it? I don't want to extend it too much because I like seeing the window. What's happening? Did these... Wait, what? Oh my god, these walls don't have collision. I didn't notice until now. That's interesting. Okay, you can't climb these walls. Well, you can't stand up here, for example. Huh. That's super unexpected. That can be good and bad. It's good because it means that, you know, models... I can stick this structure in some different locations and positions and it won't cause problems. It's bad because it means models can do that. And if I want to climb it, I'm like, oh look, the designer of the map didn't think about that I might want to hop up on that thing. And now I can't. Okay. That presents some challenges. We can still put our platform up there, which I am inclined to still do. Of course it's upside down. Doesn't matter. Kinda fits there, I think. We'll put a ladder or a ramp up there. And then if you want to tuck into the edge, you can. Oh, that's all right. This is a bit of floor left up there, right? If you want to hop up there, you can. I don't know what to do about if you want to. I mean, you can't even measure to the top of this, can you? No, because the ruler doesn't feel any collision there. So, I guess you just can't climb up there, which sucks because you could have done like a climb up the stairs kind of type thing, but nope. Huh. Unexpected. Alright, so I definitely want that there. What kind of... something very similar here, maybe? Yeah, but on this side it extended a bit further along. How about you hide something in the wall to give it collision? I could. I was thinking about that, but I just think it's too much trouble. I mean, it's not guaranteed that someone's going to want to climb up there. And I figure I'm going to make some alternatives so that you're just never going to have a reason to. How much floor should we put on this side? Should we make it like that or like this? Make it like this, it's too much like this. If you follow me. It's too much like this platform. So we're going to orientate it the other way and act like that's totally different. Wow, I did not expect this thing to not have collision, but it's a mixed blessing. I can't stick it. Oh wait. I need to make sure that it's pretty much the same height as this platform. So it'll look and play weird otherwise. So it's that brick. It needs to come up a bit. I mean, if it's not exactly... I'm not planning on putting a bridge between them, so I won't sweat it too much. This is our Hardenberg house. No, this is the Gunther house. Oh, these still have the name from the other side of the map. I'm just gonna delete that. Okay, these are too much the same right now, so... I'll just scooch it over that much. At least they're different sizes. Ah! They look like they're different heights. They are different heights. This one's lower. Actually, maybe I'll make this other one. Well, no, I can't make it. I can't make this one lower because that would look really weird with the window. So I have to make this one higher. So it should be at this brick. There we go. Okay. This doesn't look awful. Oh my gosh, it's past midnight. Alright, guys. I'm gonna call this. Made some progress. Wow, we made one really cool building here. This ruin turned from probably like the least interesting ruin on the map to the most interesting one. There's a lot of cool stuff going on there. That looks super cool. So we're gonna save it. And yeah, this one was already looked cool, so we were, and was tactically cool. So I'm not worried about getting it right. I do have to do something about that. Because the floor shouldn't be emerging from the stone like that. There we go. There. That looks fine. I had this sort of idea that I would try to extend it out a bit, and then there could be a bridge, but I'm going to put the bridge here. I should go to bed. This might not be long enough. Oh my god. Why won't it stand up? I swear this thing used to stand up. So the way I make these... So just do that. Don't sweat the aesthetic too much. Actually, no, I have a solution for that too. A good solution. Help. Boom. Oh, right. Guess you forgot that the stone doesn't have collision. Me. That's why I need to extend this wooden platform out, which means I have to move the wooden platform this way so that it doesn't emerge from the stone. And then I can put the ladder there. Oh, but I just yawned, so... A bridge in the Gunther house between the two platforms? Maybe. The only reason I hesitate to do that, Ethan Hans, is because then I really am going to have to make them the exact same height. Because if that bridge is angled, then you're going to suddenly notice that the ruined floors are at different heights. And they're pretty close. I can probably do it. It might be worth it. Actually, you know, what would be interesting is if I extended it over that way and then made an angled ladder here. We'd also have an angled ladder there. Yeah, that'd be cool. Oh my gosh, I'm having too much fun hanging out with all of y'all. Thank you guys. Thanks, Ethan Hans. Is there a possibility by using numbers for the height? Yeah, but that requires me to understand numbers. That's probably the Y. So if that's 7.02 and that's 7.11, yeah. Yes, Ethan Hans. I could probably do that right now. Here, that's the first time I've used numbers for anything. Pretty sweet. It's probably 7 inches up from the table. Huh. Interesting. Well, there you go. Alright, then I'm going to add a bunch of ladders in to make it accessible. Or a ramp so that animals... I don't know why animals would go up there. Unless they were, like, just trying to go between buildings without going down to the ground, but... that should be good. Oh, right. The other thing I could do is I can put... See, I told you, every map needs like 1,000,000 barrels. Okay, last thing. Last thing, I swear. Let's see if that's big enough. Yep. Watch that. Dude. Magically problem solved. As long as we angle the ladder just right to hit that thing, then we won't care about the collision on the stone anymore. Whack! Oh, this is not going to be happy with me. It's fine. It's fine. Hooray. It's fine. There you go. And you'll never know. You'll never know. Boom. See? Every map needs a million barrels and crates. It just does. For one reason or another. Whether it's stuff to climb on, or hide behind, or just to land your ladder on. Got you covered. This barrel better be less than an inch tall, yeah. You can climb anything less than 1 inch for free in more time. So all of these are 2 inches tall, because at 2 inches you get a bonus. There we go. Oh, that looks cool. That looks pretty cool. Important that it's angled too, and not straight across. That's the problem with these bridges. If I made them all like this, I mean, it looks super weird. I'll think about it. We'll see the same way as you used as a platform as a bridge. You mean between these two? Actually, I don't want to. I want to use a ladder here so that you can see the ground floor easily. Same for why I did it here. So if you have minis down underneath, you can see them. I'm gonna change it up, you know, here and there. There'll be some bridges that are solid. And some bridges that are made of ladders. So that you can see the bottom floor. Actually, I have an idea for this. I could put a pole, like these poles, or a pillar sticking up from the middle, and then have straight angled like remainder of floor going through there. I don't know, maybe that's crazy. I'm gonna save now. Thank you for hanging out, guys. I still have bidlings, not buildings. These are bidlings. Excellent. Thank you, guys. We figured a lot of new things out about Tabletop Simulator, or various things you can do. And this is starting to come together. See, this section is already looking really cool. This building, oh, I didn't show you this building at the start, so this one's all wrecked up. I decided to do it this crazy angle. And this one actually has a ramp so that animals can climb up here. So I'm pleased. This is what I was going to put in the center of the map, but instead we put this, and I'm pretty happy with that. Even though I don't know if it says slum, I don't care. It's cool. But yeah, it's starting to come together. It's starting to look like a lot of, you know, many wrecked buildings, maybe even slums. We're gonna throw some more crap in the street here. Rubble and, I don't know, maybe literal crap, who knows. Dirt, broken stuff, barrels and crates. And then it'll start to look like properly slummy. Thank you, Man with No Screen Name, for building a map and for streaming for us. You're very welcome. I can make Mubad go away if you want. Thank you also to Ben Dogs, who was here earlier. And one extra thank you goes out to Taladar, who made the intro and the outro that I'm about to play. Good night, folks. I gotta force myself to stop doing this and go to bed. Love you all. Thanks.